Amateur Summoners Tournament. I'm Tasty Bacon, joined tonight, as always, by Cyber Owl. If he's there. Is Cyber Owl there? I don't hear a Cyber Owl. I don't hear him. Okay, well, Cyber Owl's going to be joining us at some point throughout the night. Not 100% sure when, but when he does, it will be Tasty Bacon and Cyber Owl bringing you guys the action. And first game up on the day is going to be Katsuoo versus TFEU. Both teams are getting themselves sorted out in the lobby right now, so in just a moment we will be bringing you the action. And we do have some bonus games for you tonight, as actually one of the teams that was going to be scheduled for Saturday got rescheduled to be tonight. So extra League of Legends to finish off tonight. Oh, I can hear noises from Cyber Owl.
It's like extra bacon.
There we go. We have a Cyber Owl finally.
Indeed. I also had to make sure my microphone was charging, so yeah.
All right, so we are going to be just waiting for the two teams to start off the game. Of course, Katsuoo and TFEU, both teams currently sitting at the bottom of the bracket, or of their division. Katsuoo still looking for their first win, while TFEU is just above them at 1-1. So it'll be good to see. Hopefully Katsuoo going to be trying to get their first victory. TFEU going to be trying to keep them sitting down at the bottom, as we are now getting on over to the picks and ban phase. See Callista being the first champion taken off the board.
I'm not surprised to see Callista being banned out here. She's just one of those champions that not a lot of people actually know how to deal with. And rather, even if they do know how to deal with her, they don't want to have to deal with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely a key factor in it. Not a whole lot of people, if a Callista is good, can absolutely turn the tides of a fight. So see Sejuani and Zed also being taken away. Both still very strong picks. Just Sejuani pretty much still 100% pick ban for the most part. Oh, yes, they are. The game teams did not line up the way that the lobby was made. There we go. Now we have it right. That was totally on the admin's fault. That's all I'm gonna say. It's on the admins.
Hashtag blame Man of Cheese.
I think so. I think that's who we blame on this one. So we don't see what.
All right, so it actually looks like they went ahead and went and picked the Nautilus away. That's going to be interesting whether or not that goes into the jungle, top lane, or even the support role, as we have been seeing very commonly lately. Volibear being hovered over by Saiyan Prince SS2. Curious to see if that's actually going to be the lock-in for him. My parrot wants to cast too, but he needs to learn to shut his mouth. And that's going to be the Gnar lock-in for the top lane, I assume. Not a lot of Gnar that has been played lately.
I apologize, guys. We are going to be getting the champion select shown in just a moment. It is just deciding it doesn't actually want to. There we go. Finally, it decided to appear.
And that Volibear does, in fact, get locked in there for TFEU.
That was interesting. It just, game client didn't want to show up at all.
That is indeed very strange. So I'll radio this, man. I got it. All right, so we do have Volibear and Graves being hovered over by Katsuoo here. Not sure if that Alistair, not Volibear. Alistair is being hovered over with Graves. Not sure if that's actually going to be picked here. Alistair, one of those champions that you have to be extremely reliably good with him for him to matter in lane. And it's not one of those champions that's like, oh, I can play a support. I'm going to play Alistair and always win. It's not like Thresh. It's not like Annie, Morgana. And with 3 seconds ticking down, it looks like it actually might be Graves Alistair. It's going to be a very tanky bot lane. And right now, not a lot of damage coming out of Katsuoo. They have a Nautilus, a Alistair, and a Graves. Whereas on TFEU, they're sitting on a Gnar and a Volibear that were locked in. B-Boy, Tricky2J, and Zenivia hovering over or nothing right now. It looks like they're trying to take their time with their picks, not giving a lot of time for Katsuoo to think about how they might counter them. And that's going to be the Teemo hover from Zenivia. Not too sure he's going to be picking that away, though.
Yeah, definitely very likely going to just be a hover. Like you mentioned, Alistair being an interesting pick here. Usually if you are going to be playing it, you know the champion very well. But Braum going to be locked in for the support for Katsuoo.
I'm not surprised to see Braum being picked against Alistair. He's one of those champions like, oh, Alistair wants to go in. It's done.
Pretty much. Also, of course, having that ultimate is just so helpful in a team fight. They do have quite a good amount of lockdown right now if they can get fights in the right position. Going back up to that Gnar pick, I'm not a fan of the Gnar. It forces you're giving your enemy a clear visual indication of when you're going to be looking for a fight and when you're going to be trying to disengage. It limits where you can team fight because he's nowhere near as useful in a large open area as he is like in the jungle or in a tight corridor. So just still not really liking that pick. We've seen it a few times here in last, but it has worked. It has also lost. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. And it looks like they're going to hover over Cho'Gath and Ahri. I'm not sure if they're actually gonna go ahead and lock that in. Oh, actually, that Ahri switches over to a last-second Victor. I like the Victor pick a lot better than Ahri, honestly, because they need a heavy burst damage champion. Ahri, while she is bursty, she is not exactly as bursty as somebody like Victor is or somebody like Annie. Simply because every single one of her abilities, except for her E, is a skill shot.
Yeah, not to mention, by having the Victor, it gives you a little bit better of a team fight to go along with the Cho'Gath, Graves, and Alistair. Like, they have a good amount of AoE damage on their team, and a good amount of lockdown from both sides, though. So it'll be fun to watch and see if which team is going to have more CC and is going to be able to use it properly is the big factor. Just having a ton of CC is good and all, but if you don't use it properly, it really doesn't matter. As we do see, it is going to be Katsuoo seeing that Ahri hover and deciding, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, as they lock it in for their mid laner.
Personally, I feel like Ahri, one of those champions, I feel there are other champions that do her job better.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
With the current, after the recent changes in, from pretty much 5.4, 5.5, even 5.6 and 5.7 now, there's just the last few patches have really changed up the scene in the mid lane, and especially the jungle, obviously. But the mid lane has changed up quite a bit as well, with Luden's Echo coming out and a lot of individual champion tweaks. And Ahri is kind of, I don't know. I mean, she's still a very strong pick, but she's not as dominant as she used to be. And like you said, there are just better picks right now. Like, I mean, they banned away the LeBlanc, but they could have, decided to pick the LeBlanc, or a Katarina also does extremely well in the mid lane now, I feel. But they decided they want the Ahri, and that's what they're going to go with as we are in that delay taking a look at the summoners on the side of Katsuoo on the red team, we have Kirigaya Senpai in the top lane playing the Gnar. Then Saiyan Prince SS2 in the jungle on the Volibear. No Flash, opting to take the Ghost instead. B-Boy Tricky2J in the mid lane on Ari. Zenivia and Bobby Chan 1000 rounding out the team in the bottom lane on Lucian and Braum.
Yeah, I feel a little concerned for the team that picked Ari, which is TFEU in this case.
Katsuoo.
Oh, did they switch the names again?
Yes. Katsuoo is on the red side.
Gonna have to have a talk.
But then over on the side of Tfue, we have Flucko in the jungle on Nautilus, which I don't like the jungle Nautilus pick. I love Nautilus as a support, not as a jungler. In the top lane is Tatanka 187 on the Cho'Gath. Mid laner is Shaughnessy the Great on Victor, and then the bottom lane matchup is going to be Alistair and Graves for Tyrion the Imp 7 and Rylus respectively.
Between these two teams, which one do you think is going to have the advantage during the laning phase?
In the laning phase, I'm going to actually give the advantage over to Katsuoo. I like the Lucian Braum a little bit better than Alistair Graves, but the big thing I feel is going to be the jungle presence. Volibear, not the biggest ganker early on, but still a lot more presence, I feel, than the Nautilus is going to have in the early levels, and a lot faster of a clear as well. I also definitely like the Gnar to be able to poke out the Cho'Gath, and despite Cho'Gath's massive sustain, I do like the Gnar in that matchup.
I agree and disagree with you here. I believe Nautilus is actually going to have more of an impact simply because when you're playing Nautilus in the jungle now, since they did nerf the jungle camps and gave them a lot less HP, he actually has a lot better survivability in the jungle. And it's easier for him to go ahead and gank at level 3, which is not like what he was able to do before.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Nautilus jungle. I feel like it takes a little bit too long to get to the point where he needs to be. But we are going to be getting onto that loading screen. Man. In pretty much the same spot and staying together. Could this finally be the level 1 team fight we've been waiting for?
Nope.
I don't know. They're
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Course. They're on a collision course.
Yeah, they're on a collision course and they're going in the complete opposite directions of each other.
Now they are. Yep.
Well, so no team fight for you.
I just want the level 1 team fight to happen.
Well, you're not gonna get it.
The rest of you in last, if you're watching, make it happen. Next game you play, just set it up. Both teams, all 5 members, straight down mid lane, just have a fight. Level 1, go for it. Last man standing wins.
Hey Ram, go.
Just go until either one team is aced, or there's just one member. Until one team is aced. There you go.
Until Bacon starts crying.
But that would take quite some time.
Hey Bacon, remember when they canceled Firefly?
Nope. No, I don't actually. That was before my time.
Damn. Wait, what? You're older than me!
Uh-oh, Gnar's gonna be walking, not quite into the Bish, having the 6th sense, but he is still gonna be taking a good bit of damage, gonna get knocked up by the Rupture. Ari coming in for the support, and Gnar is just going to be able to get away, a little under 300 health. However, the rest of Katsuoo is sitting down in this bottom side. They are going to be stealing away this red buff.
That's actually a very small victory there for Katsuoo, simply because of the fact that they were able to get Nautilus away from their red buff. Meaning Volibear can steal this for free, and if he actually chooses to do this, he can go to his own red buff and take that as well.
Yeah, try and get that 3 buff start on the side of Volibear would give him a huge advantage in terms of laning, which Volibear is already going to be a little bit quicker than Nautilus. So if he can get that 3 buff start, it would really set Nautilus behind.
If he manages to get the 3 buff start, it looks like he probably will. I don't think Nautilus is going to go ahead and just roam up there to his red buff, considering he is Nautilus, if he does find Volibear there in the jungle, Volibear tending to start with the fight.
Victor.
It actually would be very dangerous. Ari and Victor trading very nicely here in this mid lane, though.
Yeah, we do see Volibear is going immediately for his own red buff, making sure that Nautilus is not going to get that red side camp.
Oh, Gnar getting hit with that rupture there. Honestly, the lane should be in favor of this Gnar, but Cho'Gath hitting level 2 before him allowed him to get a little extra farm before Gnar could hit level 2 as well, and he was able to get the Void Spikes, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Cho'Gath has extremely good sustain after level 1 compared to Gnar, but Gnar still has a ridiculous amount of poke.
Yeah, and looking at the mid lane as well, right now Ari has been taking a lot of lasers to the face from Victor. It looks like there's another one. Every single time I've seen him throw that laser out, it has hit Ari. She has not been able to dodge that skill shot. And that's going to be something she's going to need to be extremely careful of. Right now, they're still even, but if those skill shots keep hitting, then she's not going to have a very fun time in the lane.
That being the case, she's actually doing alright in terms of CS. She has been poked down quite a bit by this Victor, and it's Victor. His early game laning is extremely strong, despite what people may think, because he gets that extra AP item without having to do anything.
Yeah, and Volibear is now finishing up that 3 buff start, going to finally go back to his own blue buff. And nice job by... Ari
there's the charm.
Nope, not quite going to pull him under the tower, but a nice job by Katsuoo to get their jungler ahead. And really, very likely going to be looking to just snowball that lead that he has. As Victor going to be flashing forward aggressively onto the Ari, but did not land the laser, so he doesn't finish up the combo. Held on to his ignite at least. That would have been unfortunate if he had used both summoners there and got nothing out of it.
I mean, he could get the 5 AP and AD. Oh, wait.
Volibear and Nautilus going to be finding each other here in the river. They are going to be just duking it out, the two giants of the jungle. But Volibear taking a lot of damage from the Nautilus, which is kind of surprising.
See, the reason Nautilus is actually doing so much damage here is he does HP-based damage as well. And he's extremely tanky once he throws down that shield, and Volibear took a lot of auto attacks once he had that shield up instead of moving away from him.
And so, really, TFEU winning out on that trade. It was pretty much just the two junglers fighting for a bit. The mid laners got involved a little bit, but mostly just to ensure that their own jungler wasn't going to go down.
Who? Which team?
TFEU got the better of that.
You mean the team that you explicitly told me not to call TFEU?
No, they said don't call them TFEU. They're TFEU, is what they want to be called.
Oh, I was calling them TFEU this whole time because I misunderstood your message. Noi.
Well, at least TFEU watching, you know that I did send the message to him.
You know what? I could completely just go back to calling them what they don't want to be called. I could very well do that, but I'm not. I'm not gonna be a butt. That's a very slight gold lead that they're building, by the way. Katsuoo falling a little behind after that very rough fight there in the river between Volibear and Nautilus. But honestly, one thing that Volibear can say that he has over Nautilus is that he was able to complete a Ruby Crystal where Nautilus couldn't. Nautilus having to back extremely early after clearing Romp.
Yeah, honestly, the big difference in that money and the CS is in that bottom lane, where Graves is kind of surprisingly to me building up a 10 CS lead over the Lucian.
Doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. Lucian can actually survive, or can't really poke down Graves once Graves constantly has that True Grit passive up. He's just going to be farming, and if he's good at last hitting, if the Graves player is good at last hitting, it's really
mid laner's going in, the ultimates are being used. There's a lot of damage onto the Ari, the Ignite is ticking. She's going to use that ultimate to dash away and just barely stay alive. Had to have gone down to single-digit health there. And that was just so close to being first blood.
Oh, Alistair finding a Volibear in the jungle. Is Graves going to get the kill here? Exhaust is ticking down onto him. Victor going to be coming around the side, and that's going to be first blood going over to TFEU onto that Volibear. Got very greedy.
Yeah, just a little bit. wanting to continue to set back the Nautilus, but unfortunately was not ready for the fact that they were going to kind of know he was there and collapse onto him very heavily.
So, I feel like this Victor is going to become an absolute menace, simply because of the fact that not only did he get First Blood here, and it's 8 minutes into the game, so First Blood is actually worth a lot more than it normally would be. Oh, and Alistair going to be flashing into the Lucian. He's going to be getting the pulverize onto him. Lucian going to be taken extremely low here. Graves going to maybe be able to get the kill here. Nautilus does get stunned. However, Lucian tries to dash over the wall. He goes down to the Graves auto attack. Braum going to be the next target here, and the collateral damage taking down the Braum for the double kill on Graves.
Yeah, that's going to be something they need to really be careful of, is if they let this Graves get too far ahead. Oh boy, this could get scary in a hurry for Katsuoo if Graves and Victor continue to really win their lanes pretty decisively. I mean, it's close in numbers, but when you really look at it, they're doing extremely well for themselves.
The BM from Cho'Gath.
Yeah, as Dragon is about to be taken here for TFEU, getting that first Dragon picked up at 9 minutes. Now the roam onto Ahri is coming in.
Yeah, but they also have one member in the top lane of Volibear trying to get the gank onto the Cho'Gath. That was a great flash from him. However, he is going to get thrown back towards the Gnar. Is Gnar going to use his ultimate? He sends him right back in the direction he did not want him to go. And Volibear trying to get the kill. However, he is going to get his passive popped after eating another tower shot.
Yeah, I definitely think if Gnar had used that ultimate and thrown Cho'Gath off to the right, he may have been able to get him into the wall, which would have just increased the damage by a lot and stunned him there. He didn't actually hit the outer lane wall, so he didn't get stunned. If he had thrown him inwards, they might have gotten that stun and could have picked up the kill. Unfortunately, I think he thought he was going to have the distance on the ult, but not quite getting it. So Cho'Gath going to just continue to survive up here. Neither top laner has gone back. They're both just still sitting on their door and starting items. No potions left, which does mean that Cho'Gath is going to start winning in terms of sustain, because he just has that the passive that gives him mana and HP for every minion he kills.
Do you mean Carnivore?
I do mean Carnivore.
Yeah, this is what exactly I said before. Cho'Gath and Gnar both have him backed. However, Cho'Gath is in the long run winning out. Not only does he scale a lot better than Gnar, in my opinion, Gnar usually wins out towards the early and mid game and starts to falter going into the late game. Oh, and Volibear going to be taken extremely low by the Gromp. Victor going to try and get the kill here. He does manage to get the kill with his Q. However, he is going to throw down the Chaos Storm onto the Ahri. It's not going to be moving though. And it looks like Lucian and Braum trying to get the kill onto the Victor. However, they are going to get exhausted, and that's going to be Graves coming around the side, forcing a flash out of the Lucian. Lucian going away from his support. He should be going down here. Exhaust going down onto the Graves as well. Alistair going to be eating a couple of tower shots. He uses the his ultimate there, and they actually get the kill onto Victor. And that's going to be another kill for TFEU here. 5-0 against Katsuoo.
Yeah, that was actually the Chaos Storm was used on Volibear, which is why it wasn't moving immediately when Volibear went down and it was only the Ahri left. He just hadn't set it to go follower, and that could have been the difference with Ahri getting away with her life. But I think Victor's not going to be too upset about that. He was able to rotate on down and get the kill onto Lucian. Oh boy, here comes Volibear. You're in a bad spot.
Oh, Volibear might get caught up here. He is going to get stunned up by Victor's area of effect stun thing that I don't know
Gravity
what it's called.
field.
There you go, Gravity Field. Ahri trying to get some damage down onto the team though, and it's not going to do all that much. Graves eating a tower shot there in the bot lane, but he should actually be okay to keep pushing bot alone while Alistair, Nautilus, and Victor deal with the Ahri. Ahri going to be forced to flash away. The charm goes out, but it does miss. And they should be able to take this mid tower as well. This will be their first tower of the game. TFEU winning out on all ends here.
Yeah, having an extremely good game for this Victor. He's upgraded his unique item. I can't remember the name of myself either because I don't play Victor. But he's already upgraded that twice. And focusing the Hex Core upgrades over getting any other items, it's a little interesting. Usually you see someone a lot of times what I hear is you buy an item, upgrade the hex core, buy an item, upgrade the hex core, buy an item, upgrade the hex core. But he's just going straight for getting those upgrades, making his abilities stronger.
And right now in the top lane, we see that the Cho'Gath got a Rod of Ages. Best item right now on the Cho'Gath, at least in terms of his scaling. The Gnar opted to go for a Bilgewater Cutlass as well as a Spectre's Cowl. I'm not too keen on that. This Cho'Gath's not trying to kill him. He's trying to annoy him, yes, but he is not actively trying to kill him. He's just trying to push the lane, that way he can roam around, kill the Gromp occasionally, and then just keep scaling up.
You know, I'm actually okay with the items from...
Oh, and there goes the engage onto the Cho'Gath. Gnar missing with the stun. He is going to throw the house on him. And it's going to be Volibear getting the knock-up onto the Cho'Gath. The Gnar ultimate goes out into the wall. Cho'Gath going to get stunned up here. Is he going to go down? A few more attacks from the Volibear should be able to get the kill. And Cho'Gath escaping under his tower, just barely escaping. That bite would have actually been able to go ahead and secure him.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Katsuoo not getting that kill. Now Victor wants to hurry.
Oh
my goodness. That laser is doing so much damage right now. Wow, that was a lot of damage coming out just from one spell. Just absolutely nuking health bars. And really, if they're not going to be able to get onto this Victor to shut him down in fights, they're going to be at a severe disadvantage. Just in general, and the problem is it's a Victor. He's actually rather difficult to get onto, especially when you have a Cho'Gath, a Nautilus, and an Alistar to help peel for him. And then you still have to worry about Graves, who's currently sitting at 2-0-2, you know, sitting on over 1,500 gold in his pocket with a BF sword and pickaxe already. So he's going to be getting that Infinity Edge very soon.
One thing that's really concerning, by the way, is the fact that this Victor has 5 of their 7 kills. And there goes the engage onto Gnar. Mega Gnar going to be going down soon. Victor going to be getting the stun up onto him. And that's another kill going over to him. 6-0 right now on that Victor.
And not only does he have 6 kills, he's also winning in CS in the lane. He's nowhere near, you know, the other solo laners. But you don't need to be when you have 6 kills to your name. Sitting on 5,600 gold. But, you know, the CS is still important. I mean, you look at Graves, who's only got 2 kills, but has 40 more CS. He's almost has the same amount of gold as his mid laner, which that's just going to be so difficult to deal with when they do go back and get themselves built up even bigger.
You could say he's botting.
So... That was okay. I rated a B. A solid B.
Okay. Better than an F.
Oh, Cho'Gath actually getting the tower in the top lane over the Gnar, and oh boy, Volibear.
Volibear's in a very awkward spot here because he's actually 2 levels down from the Graves and he's 1 level down from the Alistar. That was a nice animation there. The knockaway from Alistar, the headbutt rather, sending Volibear right back. The Graves actually went ahead and followed him thanks to the knockup from Volibear. Cho'Gath's just kind of standing there, dancing.
Teleporting down just so that he could dance for a larger audience. Oh my goodness. And
there's the damage coming out of Victor. Shaughnessy the Great, now godlike. Ahri extremely low thanks to the blue buff, but she does manage to get that for herself. However, it's not going to matter all that much. Dragon is up as well, so that's going to be another uncontested dragon in favor of TFEU.
And, you know, despite the fact that Katsuoo had such a strong start with the jungle, getting that 3-buff start, Volibear has just not been able to do anything. Just been getting found out constantly. And unfortunately, when your lanes are behind, it makes your job as a jungler that much more difficult. As they could be looking to go over this wall. Nope, just going to be sitting back. Gnar going to answer with the turret, so at least they have 1 turret on the board. Perfect game is gone.
Looks like they want to dive onto the Braum and Lucian. I don't know why Braum and Lucian are still sticking around, honestly.
Yeah, this could be dangerous for them. I mean, Victor's not around, so they have that at least. But here it comes.
Oh, and here comes Volibear. However, Nautilus is not going to get stunned up, so the concussive blow's not going off. And there goes the ultimate from Nautilus, and that's going to be a kill going over to him. Alistar picking up the secondary kill. Volibear and Braum going down. Gnar did teleport down. However, it looks like he might not be able to get any kills here. He uses the Gnar ultimate. He actually gets it lands on all three of them, rather. Ahri picks up the tower in the mid lane. Gnar trying to get the kill onto Graves. There is still a tower there to help him survive. However, he is not able to secure any kills on any of the three members. Actually, I'm completely wrong. He actually secures the kill with the boomerang onto the Alistar. Meanwhile, Ahri going to be caught out here against the Cho'Gath. Is he going to get the Rupture? He does get the Rupture. He gets the Silence as well. Is he going to Flash Consume? He does get the Flash Consume. Another kill going over to TFEU. 13-1. Only the only kill in favor of Katsuoo right now is the kill that the Gnar got onto the alley.
Yeah, that was a really nice dive from TFEU in that bottom lane. Gnar almost turned it around. He got a beautiful ultimate off, knocking all three members towards that wall, but Graves, as soon as the stun wore off, used his quick draw to dash over the wall, and it was just a really nice heads-up play to get over that wall and then wait for an opportunity. As soon as he saw Lucian was low enough, firing a auto attack and the quick shot over the wall, getting himself the kill and able to escape because of it. So it was almost turned around, but the map awareness got him the kill. Oh my goodness.
And that is actually going to be Ahri surviving, but Volibear does get the shutdown onto the Victor. Second kill of the game, for Katsuoo in this game.
Yeah,
it looks like Braum going to be forced to run away. The anchor missing from this Nautilus.
If he had thrown that,
so is the Rupture. Go, Braum! Run! Escape, buddy! Oh, he's dead. And that's going to be Braum getting sent back into the jungle. The Rupture does land this time. The Silence goes out as well. And 3 tanks chasing down the other tank. Cho'Gath picking up the kill with the Consume.
Feast,
Consume, nom nom, lunch, dinner, Brinner, Linner, I don't care.
Yeah,
it's all the same. It's all eating.
Very strong performance here from TFEU. Really just shoving their weight around on the three large champions.
Oh, Ahri gonna be caught out with the buckshot collateral damage. Great job on Graves, keeping an eye on her and taking her out almost instantly.
Yeah, 20 minutes and Graves has a Infinity Edge and a Zeal along with tier 2 boots in his pocket. Meanwhile, the Victor has that Hex Core upgraded and sitting on a Lich Bane now. So he's just looking to do so much.
Oh, he's actually going to land the gravity field. Braum going to get stunned up and locked right back toward his team with the headbutt. Are they going to be able to get the kill then? Actually, Nautilus picking up the kill there onto the Braum. Another tower going down in the mid lane. Cho'Gath picking that one up for his team. And this is 4 members of TFEU pushing down this bottom inner tower. And this should go down as well. This will be their 5th tower of the game. Is the Volibear going to get stunned up? No, there goes the ultimate coming out of Nautilus onto the Gnar. Rupture lands onto the Volibear. He's going to get stunned up by the entire enemy team of TFEU. And Graves picks up the kill there for himself. 5 members of TFEU now bot lane. They're going to be able to take this tower. Dragon is not live yet for another minute 45, so there's no other objective for them to take here. However, they've managed to take all but one of the outer towers.
Oh, there's going to be Graves getting charmed, but not really going to be able to do much with it. The thing that
carries too tanky.
The thing that TFEU has done really nicely is isolating targets. Even when it looks like it's going to be a team fight, they managed to get one person isolated from the rest of the team.
Oh wow, Ahri almost getting caught there by Nautilus, just barely dodging out. However, it looks like Gnar going to be finding the Graves. The Boulder Toss does miss. There goes the Glacial Fissure coming out of Braum. Is he going to be doing much for his team, though? Nautilus going to be caught in a very awkward position here. He's going to get the boulder to the back, and he goes down. Kirigaya Senpai picking up the kill there. And this should be another kill going over to him as well. A double kill going over to Gnar. That's going to be their 4th kill of the game. Maybe they can pull this out if they keep managing to get fights that TFEU would not want. They don't want to be fighting in those choke points because they have. One thing that Katsuoo does have is a very good team at fighting in small, confined areas. They have the Glacial Fissure coming out of Braum. They have Lucian who could throw out the Culling and Piercing Light. They have a Gnar, and they have Ahri. Volibear just kind of there.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Katsuoo getting the fight. Nar, once he went Mega, just jumped in and immediately slammed everyone into the wall of their base. And it was a really good position, too, because it allowed members of Katsuoo to fight while still standing in their base that members of TFEU couldn't get to. But they need to be careful. This is where they don't want to be fighting, in the open area of the river. So they are going to be backing off as Dragon is live.
I am just waiting for this Victor to build a Rabadons or a Zonias. One of the two. Or he could actually go ahead and build a Luden's Echo. Luden's Echo would be doing nicely, especially in those choke point fights. He'll just be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. This is going to be the third Dragon of the game going over to TFEU. And it looks like Alice are going to be going into the entire enemy team of Katsuoo, and that's going to be Braum getting locked up by the gravity field. Is he going to go down here? Shaughnessy the Great picks up the kill there with the Chaos Storm. I feel that was a little wasted there. We're going to get the kill regardless. Charm lands onto the Victor, and a lot of damage being eaten by him, and that's Nar going to be locked up here. He's going to be eating quite a bit of damage himself. Cho'Gath, meanwhile, in the top lane, making sure that he gets that last outer tower.
Yeah, and there we saw it again. It looked like it was going to be a full-on team fight, and they end up getting Braum completely isolated from the team, and you take out one member, and now all of a sudden there's, they can't fight it because they're down a player.
Oh, and there's the teleport coming out of Nar. He tried to maybe make a play there in the top lane against the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath's going to be finding a rip up for himself, though.
He did what he wanted to, though. He used that teleport to save the inner tower. It may have only been a temporary save, but it is still a save. Keeping that up, keeping the global gold. Oh boy, could be having another fight coming up here.
Oh, that was a great rupture landing on Ahri and Braum. Ahri going to be set right back towards TFEU here. Volibear picking up the kill onto Alistar. Another rupture landing onto 3 members of Katsuoo. Now here comes the Grave. He's going to be throwing out the collateral damage after a buckshot. He gets the kill onto the Braum. Cho'Gath picked up the kill onto the Lucian. Double kill going over to the Graves onto the Volibear. Now they're focusing onto the Nar. That's going to be the triple kill going over to Rylus on TFEU, and that's the ace for the blue team.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a nice turnaround for Katsuoo, but unfortunately Graves showed up, and he's got some damage under his belt. 8-0-7 on Rylus as he picks up the triple kill there. And as soon as he showed up, it was a double kill, like right away. And just completely turning the fight right back over to TFEU's favor. They get that first inhibitor tower, but now they need to be careful that they don't get caught, as we're only 25 minutes in. The death timers are not terribly long, but they are going to be able to just go ahead, get that tower, and get out.
Yep.
And giving themselves an open inhibitor pretty much puts a bullseye on it.
Was that a nice drink you just had?
It was indeed.
all I hear is
oh boy. So 23-6 in favor of TFEU right now. They've got 3 dragons in their favor as well, and of course 6-2 on towers, leads all across the board, and they just need to keep playing the way they have been. They've been doing such a good job of controlling the map, dominating the lanes. They won the laning phase. They won the team fight. Oh my goodness, did Victor just win over Ahri?
Pop goes
that was
Ahri.
Pretty much.
Oh, and Braum going to be fighting Nautilus. Who will win? The 1v1 support jungler. Nautilus seems to be winning right now. However, Braum is going to find the support of the Lucian. The Lucian going to be going down to Victor coming around the side, and that's going to be another kill picked up there for Rylus as well. That's going to be a 9-0-7 Graves and a 10-1-4 Nautilus, or rather Victor, and the BM. Guys, don't BM.
Yeah, Victor has so much damage. He's actually going back right now, finishing off the Rabadon's death cap. My goodness, he is going to hurt.
Nautilus is just eating so much damage, and actually the Gnar did use the Blade of the Ruin King onto the Nautilus there when he was under the tower, so he doesn't have that up right now. So they can seek to maybe make an engage here. Ahri going to be eating quite a bit of damage as well. She did get hit by that rupture from Cho'Gath, and right now it seems like Katsuoo have no choice but to just kind of sit in their base and wait for TFEU to go ahead and go for a bad fight. As you can see, Nautilus is very low on mana, so they can't exactly commit to an extended fight. However, if the fight is short enough where Victor can pick someone off, even though he's not there, which is the biggest problem, it would be very much in their favor. There goes the engage onto the Braum, and are they gonna get it? Actually, they're actually focusing onto the Ahri. Nautilus gonna be eating a lot of damage here. He gets stunned up. He's eating a lot of tower damage. Well, the culling comes out from the Lucian. And this is going to be Rylus getting another kill onto the Volibear. They don't even have Victor yet. Victor coming around the backside. He's actually going to be focusing onto the Gnar. Gnar eating quite a bit of damage there. There goes the Chaos Storm, taking down one, taking down the Gnar. That's going to be a double kill going over to Shaughnessy the Great. Meanwhile, Braum going to be the next target here, and he actually gets taken down by Rylus, who is legendary again. 11-0 and 8, 12-1-4 on the AD carry and mid laner respectively. Only one member of Katsuoo is alive, and that is Lucian, while all members of TFEU are up. Meanwhile, Volibear did just respawn. Lucian eating a ton of damage thanks to the combined passive of Victor's Q as well as the Lich Bane. He's going to be chasing him down, and no, he's actually going to go right back. One Nexus tower is down though. And now the bottom turret being taken down as well by Cho'Gath. He's going to be focusing down that inhibitor. But the entire team of Katsuoo is up now. So they're going to have to be careful not to get picked off for free here. Graves going to be getting chased down by the Ahri. Ahri going to be throwing out the charm, but she's going to hit an Alistar. There goes the Pulverize and Headbutt coming out of Alistar onto the Ahri, and she's going to actually maybe be able to get away. Here comes the Victor. Actually Cho'Gath gets the kill with the Rupture onto the Ahri. And this is exactly what TFEU wanted. They caught someone out as they tried to chase, and this is going to be their fight. Shaughnessy the Great picking up a kill with that laser onto the Braum, and they actually should be able to end the game here.
Yeah, 2 kills picked up and only 1 inhib tower left. They have super minions coming in through the mid lane, but it does look like they are going to be backing out a bit. Both Graves and Victor were forced to recall because they were extremely low. So without having the actual damage of their team, they do decide to just back out for now and should be able to just regroup and push in and get themselves the victory here. They are just look so strong this game.
Push!
Nope, they want to get Dragon number 4 first. Little unnecessary.
Go push!
I guess just doing something while they wait for everyone to be getting together to regroup.
Oh, the Chaos Storm got used there. Don't know why. That's interesting. Oh, Ahri. Oh, and she gets caught. She's dead.
Yep.
There's nothing to call there. She's just instantly gonna die.
Yeah, it's just absolutely instantaneous. My goodness. The damage from Victor, just way too much. No.
Ultimate coming out from Nautilus onto the Lucian. Lucian gonna get knocked up by the Pulverize from Alistar. Headbutt going over to the wall. Graves picking up the kill there. Beautiful Gnar ultimate there, landing on 4 members, but it's all for naught. Victor picking up another kill there. That's 4 members of Katsuoo that are down. And this is gonna be the game for TFEU. The only one alive is the Volibear. Volibear looking to go down as well. Alistar picking up the ace there for his team, and this is going to be the game. Victor, oh, he gets shut down. Volibear getting a kill there, patting his KDA just a little bit.
Yeah, that was a great game by TFEU, picking up the victory, moving themselves up to 2-1. Now going to be sitting in 2nd place in Division B, right behind Warriors Anonymous, only because they are 2-0. So they have the lead in the loss column. But of course, going to be looking for some help from Oblivion coming up, as Oblivion has 2 games